In this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to create a basic website using Vue JS and deploy it to Netlify, which uses the JAMstack for super fast performance and have GitHub orchestrate the deployment and act as the continuous integration intermediary. So we'll start by creating a project. We'll manually select what we need in our Vue JS project. We'll just use router and use the defaults here, and we'll use ESLint and Prettier. So once the Vue project has been set up, we can go ahead and CD into it. We'll open this in VS Code, and this is our default project. So we can run the server and have a look at it. And there it is. There's our default Vue JS project. Next, we will take this basic Vue JS project and deploy it to GitHub, which will then in turn allow us to deploy it to Netlify and access it from a public URL instead of our localhost URL. So let's start with GitHub. We will create a new repository for this project. Circle. Here we have some instructions. We need to add this remote to the project. And so we can go into our project, we'll type git status to check, and there we go, nothing to commit. So now we can paste in that line, and we've added that remote, and then we just push our code. So once that's done, we can have a look here and see that our code is indeed available now on GitHub. So that's great. And so now we go to Netlify and we create a new site from Git. Use GitHub. So I've already given access to GitHub. If you get some authorization screens, you're going to need to give that access. I'll go ahead and select this repository. Okay, great. I can now select my GitHub repository, which I want to deploy to Netlify. This is the branch that it will look at as my deployment branch. Now for my build command, I want to put npm run build, and my published directory will be dist. And that's it. Now we can see that Netlify is working on deploying our site, and it's deploying it to their CDN. And there you go. Once it's complete, you'll see a message here that your site is deployed, and we can see over here that this was my deploy. I can go in there and have a look at the details as well of the deploy log. And if I want to visit my website, I can do so by clicking on this URL. And there we go. The Vue JS site that we just set up has been deployed to this URL. Okay, so now that we are deployed, let's do one more thing. We'll make some changes to our application. Here we see it running on Netlify. Here's the localhost version of it. We'll make some changes, test them out on our localhost, push them to GitHub, and then have a look at how that is automatically deployed to Netlify. So here in VS Code, we can open up our project. We'll change this message. And we'll change a little bit in the About Us page as well. Okay, so we've made those two changes. Here we can see in our Git status that those files have been modified. We'll go ahead and commit them and then push them. Now, if we go over to GitHub, we can see that some files that we edited were updated here on GitHub. And if we go to Netlify, when we refresh our page, we can see that we have another deploy that happened automatically. So now, when we refresh our Netlify URL, we can see that those changes have been reflected on all the pages that we modified. So that's just a quick overview on how to get started using a framework such as Vue JS, publishing your basic website to Netlify, using GitHub as a continuous integration tool in the middle. Just makes things very, very easy, very quick, and the websites load extremely fast.